Hey, what is going on, Karasuno Family? My name is Mike, and welcome back to another KarasunoTV video, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit different. I just wanted to pop in here for a little summary video, a little, fall season wrap up. I've been thinking about doing this. Obviously, this is the first full season of the KarasunoTV channel. We started the channel, or I started the channel over in, it was late August, I believe. I don't know when I got the first video up. It was either one of the last days of August or early September. But regardless, it was just about before the fall season. So I think I finished up a couple shows from the summer, like God of High School amongst others. ReZero, season 1, part 1. So, or maybe I began the channel early. I don't remember when I began the channel. It's like blending together. But regardless, it was around that August time. And it was about a half to like a third of a season that I did over in the summer. And like I said, we did the full winter or full fall here. So, now that the season's over, I want to do a little reflection video. The title is basically going to be, my anime of the season for fall 2020, my anime of the year, right? Because this is the last, 2020 is over, but also, the fall season's the last in the order of seasons of the anime season's run, right? Winter, spring, summer, fall, and that's the year. So I'll give my anime of the year, and then I will also show you what I'm going to be watching this upcoming season, this upcoming winter 2021 season. So, the schedule is basically laid out. It's basically like all ready. So, like I said, I'm going to take you through, that journey. So, I learned a lot of things doing a full season, right? There are some days that I do very well with uploading, mostly during the week, especially right now, being home and everything, right? It's very easy to juggle that with my full-time job, right? That I do separate from this. But the weekends is where the motivation, it hits rock bottom. So that is for sure the toughest, in terms of, me getting motivated to do stuff. So I'm going to try and limit it, but there are a lot of good shows airing on the weekend. Hopefully the shows are that good that I'm just like willing to watch them immediately. But, so there are some takeaways there. Not letting myself get behind, because once you get one episode behind, you get 1,000 behind. The Day I Became a God, for instance. And that's unfortunately one that I might drop. Now, I had a policy where I'm like, if it's on my channel, I will not drop it. But that being a short show, and dropping it out of disinterest rather than, I never wanted to say, oh, I'm dropping the show because it's not doing well on views. I don't care about that, right? If I like the show, I'm going to watch the show. But The Day I Became a God didn't really hit that hard with me, and I got too far behind on it. It's not like I have 4 episodes to catch up on. Like, for instance, Black Clover, I think I need to watch 6 episodes in the next 3 days before the first, canon episode airs in a while. Well, the first manga canon episode, right? I don't want everyone to jump down my throat about that one. So, and I'm going to do that because I like Black Clover and I want to watch it. But The Day I Became a God, I don't have that motivation there. So I might put that one aside. But like I said, it's very, very tough for me to drop shows. So, 99% of the time I'm going to keep watching them. This one, I'm gonna use the excuse that it was my first full season, kind of got behind, didn't really balance the schedule that well. This winter is going to be different. I'm going to have the schedule a lot more managed, and if I have to, grind out an episode, I grind out an episode. That's how it's going to be. So, like I said, in general, a lot of lessons learned for this season that I will use going forward. So, before I get into, let's see, what I'm going to be watching next season, the things I might do differently, let's get into the anime of the season for fall 2020. I'm just bringing stuff up here. Let me switch. I'm going to switch over. This is also not going to be edited. So what you see is what you get here. Just want to pump this one out quickly tonight. It's my birthday tomorrow, depending on where you are tomorrow. It's my birthday, January 2nd. So I'm not going to do anything tomorrow either. Maybe I'll watch something, but I'm going to be spending it with some family and stuff like that. So might not get to sit down and watch it. But so videos are going to go on pause again for one day, but then we'll be back, like I said. And then I think we have until Tuesday for Black Clover, and then that's when the season will start on Wednesday with ReZero and one other. What is it? something else on Wednesday. But okay, regardless. Let me switch over here. Okay. Let me switch over. Okay, so here's the screen. Here's what's going on. This is fall 2020. So, right, if we're talking about anime of the season, let me start from the bottom and work my way up. Actually, let me start from the top and work my way down. Okay, so starting at the top, Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm going to go through these quick because I'm not trying to make this a 30-minute long video. You guys know I could get long-winded. Quick summary of Jujutsu Kaisen. Let's see, the rating over here on live chart's about an 8.72. I have to update my MAL and I'll give them like a 3-sentence review. If you go into the entries in my anime list, in the notes, or maybe it's the tags, I think it's the tags section, I usually put like a 3 or 4 sentence review in there. You might not know that, but I do that, and it's something that I could use in the future to trigger my memory to justify a score that I gave. So Jujutsu Kaisen, they have it about an 8.72 here on live chart. I'm probably punching that in at around a 9. If you watch my latest video, I gave a little bit more depth, but they did everything perfectly. Perfect adaptation, perfect writing, perfect character development, perfect pacing, just everything was perfect. I loved all the characters. There wasn't anybody I didn't like. The villains I hated for the right reasons. It was perfect. It was just the only downside, the only reason why it's a 9 and not a 10 in my book is that it's an introductory arc, and introductory arcs are very, very hard to hit a perfect scale because you almost have to go through these like tried and tested methods, or not methods, but these tried and tested ways of introducing characters. So for that reason, it sits at a 9. That's why it didn't get a 10. It didn't do anything too crazy with the introductions there, the first couple episodes. So that's the only knock. Fantastic. Highly recommend that. If they did decimal points, maybe it'd be a little bit higher. Black Clover. Obviously I'm 6 episodes behind. The anime canon, manga filler, whatever you want to call it, it hits too hard. It's too draining to be pumping it out, especially when I have so many other shows that I'm getting to. I'm gonna catch up, and I will not let it get behind, I promise. Maybe it will, like 1 or 2 episodes later on down the line, if we ever hit filler again, but I'm gonna try my best to stay up to date with that. Now, they did have the best episode of the series in my opinion air. Episode 151, the last one that I watched and uploaded on the channel, was the one where they were doing the captain's training, and the animation was amazing tier animation from start to finish. Like, they had maybe 30 seconds of breaks in between these just fantastic animated sequences. That was great. I mean, it almost made all of this filler, right, manga filler, worth the whole wait. So that was fantastic, that episode. But Black Clover as a whole, this past season, 2 seasons, I don't know how long it's been going on. I want to wipe it from my brain, to be honest. There was nothing that I really loved besides what I just told you. Attack on Titan final season. This isn't a fall show. I mean, it started in the fall because it has the 16 episodes, but this is going to be treated as a winter show for me, and I will actually include these 4 episodes too in my winter thoughts. Consider them a whole package. Danmachi 3, best season so far. I honestly think the seasons get better. I might get hate for saying I liked season 2, but I did like it. I liked the tone of the show. I liked the tone of the arc. I liked the way it ended. It was a little bit darker. I mean, it felt unique. It wasn't too light novel-y, cliche-y as Danmachi can get. This one went a little bit back more towards the little light novel cliches that I'm not too big of a fan of, but this one was great because it had a full complete arc for the whole season, and it felt like a good whole package. Good production from JC's staff. It's a solid it might be sitting at a solid 7-ish range, probably in the 7 range for me, give or take. So I'd have to sit down and do my review over on my anime list. Again, if you want to check my list, the links are always in the description, and in the tags section is where I put my little review, and then I'll give a score Excuse me. I'll give a score to all of them. Fire Force, I didn't finish. I have one more episode of it, but season 2 as a whole was fantastic. The first half wasn't as good as the second half. The second half of season 2, so what I aired this past season, was fantastic. Like, really, really great. My favorite arc so far in the whole show, the three-way melee, that was fantastic. So, you know, definitely a couple swings and misses with Fire Force in general with the source. You know, like, there are some story beats that just don't hit. There are you know, maybe some missed potential here and there. But overall, like, David Production shows why they're one of the best studios out there. And you know, when you give them an adaptation, you're like, this is going to look fantastic, because Fire Force just looks great all the time. Score that. See, I didn't think about scores beforehand. Maybe I might hold off on this one. Maybe just throwing it out there. Maybe like 8-9 range. Probably not 9. Probably about an 8. Irregular season 2. I didn't finish again. I have about 4 episodes left, but I can sort of get the gist of it. This one was okay. It honestly, it felt a little too slow for me. There was a certain magic about the first season that I didn't feel for this one. It honestly just wasn't as, I didn't like it as much as season 1. And I think, speaking to the anime as a whole, I'm not enjoying it as much as I could be. Like, I'm not enjoying you know, Irregular as much as I could be by reading the source. So this is on shaky territory going forward, because I feel like it's so, you know, nitty gritty details. It's the name of the game for Irregular, and I'm missing out on so much of that from watching the anime, where they leave out so much stuff. You know, not really their fault, but they have to get an adaptation. And so this one might be a light novel destination in the future. Don't hold your breath, but we'll see. Maybe like way down the line. One Piece I obviously need to catch up on. This is going to be inserted into the schedule for next year. Haikyuu to the top. Fantastic again. This one's sitting in, a regular score. Maybe about a 7. We'll see. Like I said, I need to, you know, go do the review. Haikyuu to the top. I'm going to go a little quick. I'm going to get a little long-winded. Haikyuu is going to probably get a 9. Fantastic season. I thought the pacing was a little bit off. People will complain about the poorly animated episode, the little wonky animations. You could see, and I'm going to harp on this point, you could see from the other seasons through season 4 part 1 how phenomenal the production is. You go to Sakuga Boro, their blog, and you could read how phenomenal their production has evolved throughout the seasons and how great it had gotten. This was an article written for season 4 part 1, and you see how great that looked too. COVID hit, this got delayed, and this took a hit. You know, there was an outsourced episode, there were some weird shots. It just wasn't as clean as prior seasons. Although it looked good, it wasn't as clean. That is 100%. I 100% put that on pandemic. 100%. Because of how great the production was beforehand. And, you know, people that are complaining about that, just, you need to take this stuff with you need to take it with a grain of salt. Because, you know, this is a top quality adaptation, no matter what way you look at it, even like looking at, you know, the couple of outsourced parts of this season. But in my opinion, looking at the content of the season, fantastic Hinata moments late in the season, late in the core. But the pacing was a little weird. We get the Nakoma game in between sets. That kind of threw it off for me. I mean, it didn't feel as good as Shiro Torizawa's match, which is my golden standard at this point. So it's a 9. It's not, you know, maybe that this might even be, like, you know, it's hard with the whole number scores. So maybe this is in the 8.5 range. Noblesse, the best webtoon adaptation so far, probably a 7-8 range. Probably in the 7-8 range, to be honest. Maybe sitting a little bit lower, 7.5-ish. It was great characters. And the relationships between the characters is great as well. I enjoyed it a lot. The Day I Became a God, not my cup of tea. And this is the last one, right? Golden Kamuy 3rd season, 10 out of 10, anime of the season. Like I said, this is my fall 2020 anime of the season. Fantastic. This is the gold standard. It's like I said, it's a 10. It's the gold standard in terms of writing in a show, I believe. I think that, sitting on it, letting it breathe for a little bit. I think that this even eclipses Attack on Titan. Possibly, that might be even a hot take. I don't want to say that. I don't want to put Attack on Titan down. I don't need to put another show down. I think that they're both masterpieces, rather. Attack on Titan and this one. If you like the storytelling and the quality of the writing, the balancing of the characters in Attack on Titan, which is obviously very popular, Golden Kamuy is your cup of tea. I'm telling you, the way that these characters are balanced, there's so many characters, the way that they're balanced, and they get their screen time, they get their backstory. It's very well written, very well connected. All of the plot threads are so interweaved. It's a crazy web of characters. The parties mission mosh together. I mean, the stories are great. It is great action. Studio Gino has done a great job with the adaptation. What was I gonna say? The comedy is next level. So hilarious, so crazy, and then you hear me say that, and you're like, okay, this is all like common stuff in great shows, but then they sprinkle in historical, accuracy, historical details about making it like the historical fiction is fantastic. I mean, they sprinkle stuff from the real world, like real history, and they mix it with our obviously fake characters here. It is just fantastic. I cannot even begin to tell you how much you need to go check out Golden Kamuy 3rd season. It is by and far the best show of the season. Hands down. 10 out of 10. I mean, and the 3rd season was more of what we love. 2nd season was fantastic. First, so if you're starting to get into it, I'll just give you a warning. The first takes a little bit to get into the swing of things. I fell in love on season 2. So give it time. It's 12 episode seasons, so it's 36 in total right now, and it's still ongoing. It's a manga. Fantastic. It's the golden star in terms of in terms of seinen. And if you want to consider Attack on Titan, that it exchanges blows with it, in my opinion. So, anime of the season for the fall 2020 season. Let me just move quickly to just the overview. This is what I watched in winter 2020. So we're gonna go for anime of the year 2020. And quick preface: this was a light year to begin the year. Winter 2020 season didn't have much. It had the second core of My Hero 4th season, which I liked a lot. I liked Gentle a lot. Everyone was like, this isn't going to be anything compared to Overhaul. I think over the Overhaul, the first core was good. It was serviceable. It wasn't my favorite. But I thought that Gentle was fantastic. We sort of see this, a different take on a villain, right? He's not pure bad. We get to see how they clash heads. It was a little bit more of like a relaxing arc, and it was one that I enjoyed a lot. And then it peaked, obviously, with the last episode. I think that was the peak of the season. Black Clover, don't even remember what was going on here. Probably was filler. One Piece, didn't watch here. Oh yeah, that's right. This was Haikyuu, the first core of Haikyuu to the top. This was for sure my anime of the season. Haikyuu to the top. The first core of it was fantastic. I enjoyed it a lot, and that just goes to show how great Haikyuu is even outside of matches. The growth that you see during that, and then the lead up to nationals, fantastic. And then the beginning of it, and the way that it left off, almost one of my favorite seasons of Haikyuu. Didn't get to watch Hanako-kun. I watched. I think I have 3 episodes left of Eizouken. Really, really awesome. Great production, great animation. Really, really, really great all around. And I think that, it got a little bit too repetitive towards the end, in my opinion. It wasn't really keeping me shocked the whole time. Whereas the first 8-9 episodes or the first half, I guess 6 were had me engrossed in the screen. But one of my favorite protagonists of the year in Asakusa, loved her character. Probably best girl, competing with, which actually wait, no, Haikyuu wasn't my anime of the season. I think it was Dorohedoro. I'm flubbing up here because of the blue color. Usually they're green for me. Forgot I imported my list, but Dorohedoro, yeah, I didn't do any others. Dorohedoro was just in this season, and Nikaido was best girl probably, but I think Dorohedoro I gave a really high score. I don't know if I gave it a 9 or a 10, but Dorohedoro was my anime of the season in this one. Fantastic. Dorohedoro is another great sign-in. This spring 2020, I don't think I finished anything. Kept up with Black Clover, didn't watch Kaguya. Only watched I didn't watch any of it. Watched about 2 episodes of the last season of Food Wars. No One Piece. Watched about 6 of Tower of God. Didn't really, capture my interest. About 1 of Appare Ranman. Didn't watch much. This was COVID season. Didn't really watch much. Wasn't really feeling it. Was gaming much. Was gaming a lot. So if I had to give it to something here, I think it would be. I didn't even finish anything. So if you want one that I finished, Black Clover. If not, Tower of God was better than Black Clover this season, but I didn't finish it. Summer 2020 anime of the season was look, it has the delayed ones 2 times. ReZero. God of High School didn't do it for me. It really didn't at all. It was just too the anime, even the good animated parts were like okay, choppy frame rate, not that smooth. And the story was pretty garbage. I mean, it was like really simple, but I couldn't get invested. Too corny, too cheesy for me. Maybe if I read the manga, my opinion will flip. First half of Fire Force was good, not as good as the second half. ReZero takes the cake here because it reinvigorated my love for the series. First season, didn't really like. Honestly, I could say that I didn't like it. Not even, I was like meh on it. Didn't really like it. Too much waifu wars stuff. Light novel-y for me. This season did it. It was gruesome. It was great, and I'm really looking forward to Core 2 this winter. So that takes us to the fall season, which we already went over. So we basically have our 4 contenders here, because I'm always going to choose from the animes of the season. We have Dorohedoro from the winter. We have Tower of God / Black Clover. That's immediately getting eliminated. We have ReZero, Season 2 Core 1, and we have Golden Kamuy Season 3. I could eliminate ReZero because, if I have to compete here, I'm going to say that, that'll take an easy, actually, I don't know if it's 3rd place, but in terms of those 4, it's 3rd place. I just prefer the storytelling in the other 2 a little bit more, especially comparing their individual seasons and where they are. Maybe the second half of Season 2 of ReZero will be that much better because it's, we're going into the action. So, Dorohedoro and Golden Kamuy Season 3. I have to give it to Golden Kamuy Season 3, the anime of the year for KarasunoTV. Although it's really tight, and I recommend you guys both check out, or you check out both of these shows. They're both fantastic examples of storytelling. Really love them, and they're both great. Can't wait for more Dorohedoro. I hope we do get some more. But as everyone knows, MAPPA is taking everything on, to adapt. So I hope Dorohedoro doesn't get tossed to the side, because they did do that as well. So Golden Kamuy Season 3 is going to win it for me. Fantastic. Go watch that show immediately, everybody. It's really great. So we're getting long-winded here. We're on 23 minutes. So let's quickly go over the schedule. I'm going to flash the poll up over on the Patreon. Here it is. Mushoku Tensei 1. Soma Spider came in 2nd, and then, we have like Horimiya and Redo of Healer with 1 vote each. I originally did a poll with leftovers. We had Log Horizon in there. We had some other shows like Beastars, but I was behind on all of them, like a whole season behind. So I'm not going to have time to watch a full season of those shows. So I got rid of it and just did the new shows. So Mushoku Tensei wins, so that's a definite. So let me show you the schedule now. Let's start with Monday. The tentative beginning of the week, whatever. Monday's going to be nothing for me. Nothing watching there. It's going to be a nice break. Tuesday will be Black Clover in the mornings. Then, Tuesday will be Black Clover and then Slime Season 2, which is a shoo-in. Wednesday will be ReZero Season 2 Part 2. I thought there was another one here. I could be wrong. No, maybe that was where Log Horizon was when it won the other one. But so ReZero Season 2 Part 2. Thursday's The Behemoth. Dr. Stone, which is a guarantee. Heaven's Design Team, a guarantee. 243, guarantee, and Promised Neverland Season 2. They're all guarantees. Friday is, which is not pictured right now, is Jujutsu Kaisen when it returns on the 15th. And then tentatively, So I'm a Spider, So What? The only other tentative one is going to be Saturday over here, Horimiya, episode 3. That's a tentative because, so these two are both tentative. They have piqued my interest. I have seen interest from my fan base, also interest within myself. Now, I have to determine if I can take these on without sacrificing the ability to post the other shows on time. So that's ultimately going to be the kicker. So those are still tentative. That's the only ones that are tentative as of now. But Saturday is going to be Skate the Infinity. One Piece is I'm not caught up. That's going to be something different. I'll let you know about that. But it's going to be basically just Skate, which is nice. I get a light Saturday because the Kingdom streams are going to be resuming, and it's going to be on. Oh yeah, so that's I'll tell you about streams in a second, but there will be one on Saturday. So Skate the Infinity Saturday. Sunday's going to be a big one, and again, like I said, I'm lazy on the weekends, but I think I could do this. They all seem really good, really great shows. Kenmono Jihen, Mushoku Tensei, and Attack on Titan Final Season. Those are the 3 for the weekend, for the Sunday episodes, and they all look great. So this is where the schedule stands. Streams, Kingdom streams will be Friday and Saturday. Sunday you cannot fit it in with 3 episodes, so it will be Saturday and Friday, because Friday I'm very light and I can fit that in. So the time might get adjusted. If you can't make it and you're a regular attendee, hit me up. I'll give you the VODs for the Friday ones, and you could watch the VODs and then join on the Saturday. We will be resuming streams relatively soon. Not this weekend. I said we might this weekend, but it's the birthday weekend again, so I'm going to enjoy my birthday, and then we'll kick back into the swing of things with the winter season. So streams Friday, Saturday. Only other thing I have to tell you, the only other streams are going to be anime streams, which is going to be One Piece. I'm going to do that on a day, one of these days. Maybe Monday where I'm empty, maybe not. Maybe I'll just take that full day off. Maybe Wednesday when I have only 1 episode. I might do One Piece at night and just pound through like 4 episodes a night or something like that. Try and catch up. Don't really know. And then possibly gaming stream. The schedule's tight, but we will see. The streams are going to be something that I'm going to try out as the season goes. I can sort of see where I'm at, motivation wise. That's it. I'm losing my voice. I'm getting the dry voice and everything. I'm gonna go take a shower and relax, for the upcoming birthday. But I wanted to give you guys a 30-minute update on my anime of the season for the fall 2020 season, my anime of the year for 2020, The King, Golden Kamuy Season 3, and then obviously my schedule going forward. So guys, seriously, thank you for the support. Thank you for watching. As a reminder, always go check out the Patreon. I appreciate the support on there. If you're looking at the schedule and you're like, dang, he's not watching my show, go support me over on Patreon, because that's going to be the quickest way that you could get me to doing this full time. Because when I do that full time, this is going to be just jam packed. I'm going to be watching shows like 4 a day, something like that, something crazy. So, if you guys are up for that, go support me over on the Patreon. We have tiers for everything. So check that out. Come join the Discord. Everything else, you know the drill. Subscribe, all that stuff. Follow me on the Twitch. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.